Hello everybody, Rich Toad here, and welcome to another video of Let's Play Disco Elysium. Last time we got our game started, decided our stats, woke up, got dressed, skipped a shower. Let's finish up our day, shall we? You know, sounds great. I mean, we looked in the mirror and found out that we look like this, with that awful smile just all the time. So, yeah, no. Had a hangover. It's just gonna be a bad day. Met Kim, our partner, for a crime. Apparently we're cops. Wouldn't know by looking at us or talking with us. Anyway, Kim said we should talk to Guard again, so we're just gonna talk with him.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right?
The lieutenant glances
You
into
run
his
this
little notebook.
place.
Yes.
He responds tersely.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
He looks to you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. What is gold and orange like a forest fire, but smells like liquor?
Are you kidding me?
No, man, help me out. What is golden orange and smells like liquor?
It's you. It's obviously you. You.
See? Everyone agrees it's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing.
Hi, kitty. I'd appreciate it if you didn't press spacebar. Okay? My cat Billy is adorable, and he heard me talking, so he decided to come over and check it out. And promptly walked across my keyboard pressing space, so we're just gonna keep him in my lap. How's that sound?
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
He takes a step back.
For a moment, the cafeteria manager fidgets under the lieutenant's gaze. Then he gives in.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
Many being 3?
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
Yes?
I have everything. You?
Oh, do you mean I have questions?
Yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
He thinks you're stupid, sire.
Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do we get there then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
Oh, good.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
Oh, bad. Why did Sylvie go away?
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this.
No, before I asked you where, now I'm asking you why she left.
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
Lieutenant says. He opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Ooh, that one's brutal. So we'll just say, mystery solved.
Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct.
Everything has something to do with everything.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Nope, that's all.
Let's go.
Woo. Dirty
Not so
experience.
fast. You owe me 130 real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination. But
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
Yeah, the tie speaks.
no, don't listen to him. It's madness. Just talk.
What's real?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
He pronounces the R with a mock aristocratic accent.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
He points to the red ledger on the counter.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
What do I owe this place for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages.
Okay, 100.
Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
I don't want to arrest the poor man for doing his job. So, but what exactly is money, man?
What are you, a philosopher?
Actually, I might be.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Interesting. Where do I get it
Are
from?
you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Sure.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
But why do I need it?
For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer. If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. I'm not an asshole.
Proceed and show the coins that you found him. Is this money?
Yes, it is.
That's 10 plus 10 plus 20 equals 40. I'm now down to 90, right?
No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real.
Wait. He's not going to take it, but we lost it. Okay, fine. 100 times smaller?
Yes,
But that's horrible.
it is.
He stands silently looking at the coppers on the counter.
For a moment, his antipathy is overcome by compassion for the sheer smallness of the money. Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
Darkness rides. Pick up the coins.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
Ah, I love Esprit de Corps so much. What happens now?
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
He shrugs.
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I don't remember where my home is, Kim. I have amnesia, remember. Jeez.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
I really don't remember.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know. Near? South, maybe?
You don't really know, do you?
I don't. Does this mean I'm homeless?
South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Could I trace the way back somehow? To the exact street, the exact number on a building?
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Okay. So, this is the thought cabinet. What this does is it lets you internalize the thoughts as you go around Martinet, and it can give you like bonuses. Like we'll have encyclopedia while we're thinking of this as factual memory returns. It'll take 6 hours and 5 minutes of game time to do this research. Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over, get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the great raised motor track, the A81, until you reach Le Domaine Eminent in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there, and your footprints in the mud. From there, we'll just have to think about it. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today's starts in a man's handwriting. So, Sylvie hasn't been back for a while. Alright, well, as Kim has been so keen to point out, we have a body to take down from a tree, so... I wonder what Lena says.
Hello again, sweetie. I see you've met up with your colleague.
She looks at the lieutenant.
The lieutenant nods politely. Wait, who's Sweetie?
Does that mean you like me?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides.
In another time and place, she might have flirted back. But that ship sailed long ago.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself.
She slaps herself on the forehead.
I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up smiling.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Oh, 4 is priceless, but I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am, or what I'm doing, or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Her eyes follow your movements with some concern.
She won't judge you, no matter what you say.
I hope you're right. I hope it's not too bad.
You know where we are, right?
The Whirling in Rags cafeteria? It was on my
That's
keys.
right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
In hell. We're all in hell.
We're in the city of Revachol, dear.
She flashes you a worried look. Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
There's a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of 51, according to the calendar, right?
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Oh, wow. We set the bar low for knowledge if knowing what year it is counts. But okay.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Some kind of democracy, maybe?
Nope. Sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control, under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
What is this revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
But I'm a cop. Whatever it was hasn't stopped me.
Of course, sweetie. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
So, how did I do?
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
She turns to the lieutenant.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Alright, how'd you like to roll with me?
Whatever do you mean?
I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, riddling backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
But Kim can't be a good sidekick, he's too badass.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
I know, but there are also side mysteries, sequence killers and forays into the paranatural.
I can assure you, with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Shut up, Kim.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
Why? 3 heads are better than 2.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time.
Well, we gotta hustle somehow. Sweetie needs money. Do sweeties get money?
Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth.
Tug on her heartstrings.
Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear.
It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I am at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me.
Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but I could give you this to pawn. Just to tide you over.
She unfastens a gold commemorative pin from her left jacket pocket and drops it into your palm.
Wonderful. He has a pin.
The pin is round and slightly tarnished. 3 sailboats in bas-relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner at the bottom reads, San Baptiste, Summer 31. Dinghy races.
I promise I'll buy it back for you once I have more money.
Oh, it's not an ancient family heirloom or anything, but I suppose it would be nice to get it back.
About your pin.
I hope you were able to pawn that old trinket.
I just wanted to thank you again.
Of course, dear. I just wish I could have done more.
I've got to go now.
Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
She gives you a small wave. Alright, so I'll hit this loading zone. I do want to talk about the amnesia. Normally, I don't really like amnesia in games and media because it just kind of falls flat. It's like used for, I don't know, like plot purposes to, or like to give characters a fresh start when they don't really, when they could just move to a different town or something. I think it really works here. Oh, Red Rock Riviera, you're so beautiful, but so loud. But yeah, I like the use of amnesia here because it is a totally new world. It's a new system, new form of government, new currency, new everything to the player. And so allowing you to explore that from a, as Lena put, a fresh set of eyes, while still being somebody who belongs in the world, not an outsider, like somebody who randomly gets put down there, but somebody who actually still has a backstory and belongs in the world. I think it's clever. I think it's a good way to allow a player to explore the world without feeling like they should assume they know things. Because, let's face it, if you're a cop and you're placed in this world, you should know why there are cops, you should know what form of government you're under, you should know what money is, but as a player you don't. So this amnesia allows you to explore without making the character look stupid. So, alright, we have a body to go get down from a tree, I guess. I love the artwork. Hey, there's our body! And kid, what are you doing?
Kuno's got this.
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno!
Yells the other kid from behind the fence. A moment of your time, please.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Ah, no electrochemistry. Never mind.
Yeah, Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno!
Kuno's riding at sea.
He wipes sweat from his brow and sends another rock flying.
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Look, I have questions for you.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
About the crime scene, you kids often play in this yard?
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. What do you want with it?
I might have questions later. For now, let's talk about something else.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
The body, what do you know about it?
Shitload, pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
Kim, help me out here. What do we want to know? I can pretend to be a cop, but I still have amnesia.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
You have no idea what the usual is. Just ask whatever comes to mind.
Do you know who he was?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
Uh-huh.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
So you don't know anything.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone.
Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Do you know how it got up there?
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
So you didn't see it happening?
You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Oh, okay. Where did you go then?
I don't know. Some fucking
He looks around trying to come up with something.
Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Okay, about the dead
Yeah.
body.
Kuno didn't smoke him if that's what you mean.
More on this later. Right now, let's talk about something
You're
else.
testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
I gotta ask, who is Kuno?
Kuno's Kuno, pig?
The boy points to his chest with both thumbs. So you refer to yourself in the third person?
The fuck are you calling a third person? Kuno's the fucking first person?
He looks slightly confused, but proud he came up with that retort. But right as he's getting distracted, you hear a malevolent hiss from behind the fence.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you!
The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm.
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
The sound gets louder as the child shouts at the windows overlooking the yard.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
I'm just going to leave.
Yeah? Get before the Kuno beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's right. Drag your fat ass out of here, fat boy, before Kuno fucks you.
Don't listen. Just go.
Yeah, just go. Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. Ah, so right now, I'm working with kids. At-risk kids who don't have the best home life. Kuno hits so hard. Oh, Kuno. We'll come back to you later. This kid's ladder is rickety, but still climbable. Ladders for kids. It wouldn't hold the weight of a grown man.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
God, what is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow, Kuno.
Ah, let go of your nose without throwing up.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you expected, more fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Try to walk away.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Fucking corpse.
Keep it.
The lieutenant hands you a blue checkered handkerchief. Thanks.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Okay, where do we get ammonia from?
There is freight nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't,
He points to the greenhouse.
there's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Okay, so that's the first white check we've failed that we definitely want to come back to, because we need to get this body down. So, whenever you fail a white check, it's locked until either you put skill points into endurance, so whatever skill it was that you need to try and have a better shot at it, or if something happens to increase your chances. Like if we get ammonia, it'll probably give us a bonus, and it should let us try again. So let's go ahead and leave. Someone is trying to grow herbs in this greenhouse. The letter R wears a crown. On the ribbon below, a light above descending. This is the logo of the municipality of Revachol. Oh, I don't know why that was hard to say. Let's see. What's it giving me? Oh, right. So we have the kind green ape pen, the commemorative pin, and the lieutenant's handkerchief. And then report your missing badge, inspect the victim's body, who made the call reporting crime, paper damages, get a reality lowdown. Oh, I haven't hit tab. Oh, we have options.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in there?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yes, I feel like there's something in there.
What do you mean, feel?
It's just a hunch. Maybe someone threw something in there?
Mm-hmm.
He leans in to expect the lock. How do we get the lock open?
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage,
Or, Lieutenant?
or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
Ah, more Gart. Okay, let's go ahead and check out these mud tracks. What? No.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Lieutenant, workers' boot tracks.
Noted.
We can try visual calculus.
Maybe more than 12.
Oh, yeah.
No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
Go over them one by one.
1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46?
Wait, which is it?
You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them.
Count more.
5. Another standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. 6. An aberration. Light as air. Even pace. Same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female?
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, ain't I?
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
Count the rest.
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
Interesting.
How many?
The lieutenant has been tracking your eyes' movements. 8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
The same guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
A heavy one. 200 kilogram imprint.
200? Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be-dead man.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
One of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
Light step, number 41 shoe.
A woman or a kid?
I don't think there's any way to be sure.
Understood. Anything else?
An aberration. One sole is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul.
Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
He regrets it the moment he says it.
Don't say anything. Just nod.
I don't know why I said that. We are not looking for a drummer. We are looking for a group of dock workers.
The lieutenant clearly appreciates the chance to clear up the drummer issue himself.
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
I was actually thinking the exact same thing.
He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines are all turned off.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes, prudent.
Mm-hmm.
How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Ah, so that would mean warm enough to leave footprints in mud, and then the mud freezes over the next day. Smart.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
Or, you know, I could have just let visual calculus do all my talking for me. What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
We've been through all of it. So yeah, while we might not remember being a cop, turns out we're pretty decent. Like, we have a good, almost muscle memory in our mind for investigation. Because there's no way a normal person could do that kind of work. Let's see what else we got in this courtyard before we leave it off. Money! And some magnesium. Kind of like, magnesium is Nosafed's counterpart to Psych Health. So we can use it and then we get to heal. This winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
What is this?
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Why am I looking at this pile of roofing material?
Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. That's why they're too orderly.
Pull the panels aside.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Welp was not expecting to get that check on the first try.
What is this, then? A tool shed? Let's investigate.
Low on morale, put points into volition. A silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Kids doing drugs. Are we sure that's below our pay grade, Kim? The poster says, "Get out of the way or get fucked up." Cured pig's head. It looks mummified. An empty tube of magnesolam magnesium supplement. Okay, if this is what I think it is, we might turn around. Let's see. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's a long walk. Oh boy. This doorway is going to collapse soon. And restoration pillars keep the runes together. We have a postcard, Grand Coron 37. And almost a full $1. Wow! Okay. Some Nosafed. Another $1 or so. Ooh, over a full $1. We're gonna be rich, guys. We almost have 4. Almost have 4 full real.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. Man down, a trooper has been left behind the enemy lines. You could swear it's more of an instinct than anything else, but you know it's a cop's cloak.
A cop's cloak! It's a cop's cloak!
Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment.
He judges the drop.
You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
What exactly are we doing up here?
What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They're bound to have information for us. I thought that was our intention.
I was just...
Or it could be that we are just exploring.
He looks around, wind rustling his hair. Definitely that one.
He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again.
Look
The
around.
wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard.
Dang, that's a view.
The look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time.
Let's let him have his moment of wonder.
His eyes trace the crane's contour, as if trying to memorize its majestic shape. Then he notices your gaze.
Yes. We were in the middle of something. Your cloak.
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous look in his eyes is a mix of the engineer-like interest and the wonder.
I kind of want to go back, because I'm wondering... So, motherfucker. Now that's a huge crane.
Yes, that's one way of putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering. But I digress. We were focusing on your cloak here.
He looks at the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind. Oh, God. Do you really think this cloak is mine? Should I go for it? Jump?
The cloak? I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it?
He looks over the ledge to the cold pavement below.
Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter stops. Whenever you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
Yeah, not right now. We have a -2 to savoir-faire. So, give me a second, Lieutenant.
A tarpaulin cloak with possible
Go for it.
markings is still
And failed. Oh, this'll be bad.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up here.
That is not what that said at all. Holy wow, that's high. Doesn't seem dangerous. This lieutenant must be crazy to suggest that. This is certain death. Vertical almost pushes you over the edge. Right, I can't do it right now. I'll make the jump
Sure.
next time.
Just be careful, okay? Looks like you almost strained a muscle there.
Alright, let's put on our shoes and pants again. Okay. Well, we took some damage, so let's just heal that up with some Nosafed. And then call it good for now. We checked out the body, totally failed taking it down. Found what's probably our cloak. Failed at getting it. Yeah, we're not a very physical cop, are we? Well, we'll figure something out next time. Until then, guys.